Good morning and hello to everyone. Just checking in with you guys. Hope that you had a wonderful night last night. Hope that you enjoyed the fireworks downtown. What a wonderful night. I think this, if I'm not mistaken, was my first time getting a chance to take Rebels out. Hey, good morning.
What's going on in here? What you doing? You doing healthcare academy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. This was here when you got here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. All right, you can continue. I was just seeing what was happening in here. Not for you. I'll have somebody else gonna put it here. I'll put it somewhere else.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Had to step into the office this morning for a few, but I wanted to just bring this to you because we know that the ceasefire in the Middle East is supposed to go into effect, and so it appears as though that may not take place because the ceasefire has been violated, and we're entering into this process, or this we're entering into a time, if history repeats itself, or if history is any indicator of what is to come next, then we can anticipate both sides simultaneously accusing the other of not obeying the ceasefire. But I wanted to bring you something that President Trump said about the issue. It looks like it may have been rather recently. Let's take a look at this. I want to get this to you here.
You that Iran is still committed to peace?
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too.
Are you questioning if Israel is committed to
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
All right. Well, there you have it. Words very emphatic. And let me just say this, you know, left or right or wrong, it's important that we hear the leaders speak, right? It's important that we hear the leaders speak. And then if you want to determine whether or not they're being honest or whether they aren't being honest, then that's up to you, right? But at least we get to hear it directly from someone's. And let me make this point. The reason that I'm making that point is because if we are not careful, what we will realize is that if we're not careful, what will happen, I should say, is the news that we process has already gone through the eye and the ear gate of someone else, the storyteller. And then the storyteller puts their spin on what they heard. And then they relay it back to you. And, you know, we see these exercises all the time where you're in a circle of people and I whisper something in your ear and then it goes around, right? And then by the time it gets back to me, it's a different comment that was being made. And that's done unintentionally, right? And so certainly our news outlets have a favorite. Certainly the referees that call the game, they've got a favorite player. You know that, right? They've got a team that they like. They've got a city that they enjoy being in, or a city that they don't enjoy being in, right? Certainly they have a favorite. And so certainly the news apparatus that exists here in the country, they have someone that they want to win or that they want to lose, or a narrative that they feel is important. And so that is why it's important for you to hear these things directly from the source. And again, whether you agree or believe that they are sincere, that's obviously up for you, but it's important that you get a chance to make that. You get a chance to make that determination. You get a chance to use your discernment, right? Versus someone else hearing all of what he said. Even me, I'm fallible to an extent that wasn't his entire clip. That was a portion of what he was saying. But I think it's important for us to use every opportunity that we have to hear these things straight out of the mouths of the people that are making the decisions, and not just through the lens of news outlets who may or may not have a favorable disposition about the people that they're talking about. And I think it is imperative and important and necessary in these times for those individuals who can tell a story and leave their personal opinion out of it. I think we've got to tell stories. We've got to, because the people that have grabbed the mics over, whatever, the generations, they've got their own agenda, right? And so this is why we have to good. Instead of looking at someone that you don't like do something good and you call it bad because of who they are. Like, come on, let's be adults. Let's be adults. There's been fighting in the Middle East since I was born, as far as I can remember. And so no matter who brings peace to the Middle East, it's a good thing. I don't care. I don't care if he's a Republican. Sorry. I don't care if he's a Democrat. Sorry. Doesn't care if he's an independent. If you can make movement on these issues that have been problems in that region for generations, then so be it. And it looks as though he's making some type of progress, or at least he is troubling the waters in a way that can create movement on these issues. And let me go into this clip one more time so that you have an opportunity, because again, I'm just reporting the story or just sharing the story with you, but the words of the president are far more weighty than my words. So let's hear him again talk about the latest part of this ceasefire, what's taking place, how he feels about it, and we'll let you make a determination as to whether or not you believe him. But I want you to hear the president in his own words.
That Iran is still committed to peace?
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too.
Are you questioning if Israel is committed to
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. When I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Pardon the president's poor choice. I'm a Christian. I don't talk like that ever. Never have, never will. But the message is clear that Israel's an ally, right? But that doesn't give them the right to, it's like knowing that it's about to be last call, so you go order three drinks. It's like, well, damn, you've already had 5. You know what I mean? You're going to get drunk. You can't drive home. And so that analogy, but we're talking about people's lives, people's, a city, a country, really. And everyday people like you and I have to experience that. And so our hearts certainly go out to the people of Israel, the regular, everyday common citizens, people like you and I, the people of Iran, who want freedom, who want a regular life, we've all got enemies. We've all got disagreements. And so I am of the belief that the powers that be are the ones who are insisting that this fight continues. But we certainly pray for peace for those who are negatively impacted on both ends, because I imagine, and I'm almost certain, that there are just everyday innocent people on both ends of this, and our hearts go out to both sides. But let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about what's going on. What do you think is going to happen next? And if this is a space and an environment where you are beginning to see that you can get an honest review of what's going on, an honest take, an objective take, and if everybody's saying left, then you'll find here that we're saying right, just for the purpose of having an objective perspective in the room, then please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we have, a new video coming out, a new update, because these headlines are moving rather quickly. But again, I wanted to give that to you. President Trump is trying to see this ceasefire through to the finish line, and it's a lot at stake here, a lot going on. And so, yeah, what do you think? Your thoughts, your comments, like, share, and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys next time. I'm not in my political gear, if you will.